Welcome to HistoricHole. My name is David, and this week I am joined by Nathan and Sam.
Howdy doody, y'all. It is Nate. Nate boy, Nate dog.
And this is Sam.
What's up?
And yeah, we have Sam.
He's with us too. And we're just shooting the shit. We're just bringing on new people. You know, I'm just bringing on new people, just testing out the waters. Hey, maybe we'll find a new dynamic. We'll find a new crew because I don't know. It's been going all right. And we've been, last episode I feel like went really well. So we're going again.
Yes.
And we're going forward. So yeah, how's it going? Nathan announced he has something to tell us.
Guys. All right. So on my way over here, when I got here, right? All right. Well, actually, let me back up. I gotta explain basically how I'm getting these facts.
Oh
right?
God!
Shut up. Let me explain. So I have this app on my phone that gives me like random amounts of facts a day. I have it set to like 5 random facts to give me throughout the day because I'm trying to be smarter. I'm trying to be more cultural or. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I get a man of culture.
Yeah, a man of culture.
Enlightened.
Yeah, I am enlightened. But anyway, did you know that there are bears called Pizzly bears? And they are a hybrid of polar bears and grizzly bears. Really? I found that out today. I had no idea you could have a hybrid.
What color are they?
They're primarily like on the whitish side. Like there was a picture that I saw on like Wikipedia where it was like you could see like the polar bear colors like in the front of the Pizzly bear, but then it's like as it gets more further back or to the paws, you see the brownish spots. So it's like a weird mixture of like white and light brown spots. But it's called a Pizzly bear, and they're in like northern Canada.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
They like dapple.
Dude. And they're very rare apparently, but they exist.
They Pizzlies.
I wanted to share that because I thought that was cool as fuck. Because that's kind of why it took me a minute to get into your house. I was like, bro, what?
The Pizzly bears.
That is like crazy fact.
I watched today on Twitter Challenger exploding. Yeah,
shit.
The space shuttle Challenger in 1984, right? I think it blew up or whatever. Anyway, that was just a fun fact. I don't know if today was like the fucking anniversary. It might have been.
You know what? Something about that it could be because I had coworkers like bring that up too, but fuck if I know the Challenger
Space Shuttle Challenger. Hey, you know about the you know about this, right? The space shuttle that blew up and like with the teacher that was on board in like 1980 in the 1980s.
Hasn't there been a few space shuttles that exploded though?
It was going to space or.
Yeah, I was going to space.
Like, where was it?
They were flying to North America.
Was it going?
It
trying to get to the moon?
It didn't make it.
How far was it trying to go?
Pretty high, you know.
Well, so okay, fair question. Yeah, so the space shuttles, they only kind of went to that. What? They were only in like low Earth orbit, right? They weren't very high in terms of like out in. We are not talking like out in space. Like they didn't. Yeah, they're not going to the moon.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's just more of like satellite launches, like other stuff. You got like a
space
couple
station
that made it to the moon.
Oh, okay.
Like space shuttles usually would kind of shuttle up to the space station, ISS, and stuff. And so they were just going up. It was like a routine launch.
So what happened to it?
It blew up. It's just
fucking disintegrated. So what it was, what caused it was I believe the seal on the O-rings.
Weird.
With the temperature was so cold that it didn't seal or something like that. And they actually the engineers warned them.
Jeez.
Like the engines were going to fucking blow up. The seal on the booster.
It sounds like
the O-ring on the booster wouldn't seal because of the temperature.
It literally says the cause of the disaster was the failure of the primary and secondary redundant O-ring seals and a joint in the shuttle's right solid rocket booster. Boom.
I don't know why I have that shit stored in my memory, but
it sounds like the submarine.
Wait, there was a submarine explosion?
Imploded.
Oh, the Ocean Gate?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know about that one. I don't.
The Titan, the Titan that went down. It was like the guy.
Oh, Titan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just the recent where billionaires.
Fucking. Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, billionaires, man, he deserved it.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Well, I don't know if that he should have died, but
It's like
it was obviously a stupid operation, but
Well, the thing, it was stupid, but when you look at it, it's pretty much like, because it was billionaires, like a adventure, it's like everybody's like, good, I'm glad this fucker's died. Share the wealth with us. But it's like, you don't get that because they're tied up in assets. And for two, it's like, bro, it's like they're still people at the end of the day. And it's like, it sucks they died, but, just I guess to each his own opinion,
Well, I mean, there's also all the other people on board, and two, like the fact that like he was warned about it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where and people are signing these waivers, kind of like, well, you kind of know. Apparently, the kid that was on board was like really.
Wait, there was a kid?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I thought it was just like 8 billionaires.
I think wasn't there a 17-year-old kid on board?
Yeah, it was like the son of one of the.
Oh shit!
It was like a 17-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
fuck that
son.
kid.
He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do not wish death to children. Chat. Sorry.
No, he does.
Yeah.
Do-
It's just
dox him.
rich people trying to do stuff.
Just kidding.
Crazy stuff.
I mean, look, if I was rich, I would be playing Batman until I got thrown in jail and released.
Okay.
Look, I'd have it all.
Hell yeah.
I would. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess in different news though.
Oh,
Carl Weathers died, right?
Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Rip.
Dude, I was kind of sad when I heard about that. I was like, when he was like the guest appearance, not really guest appearance, but like when he was in Happy Gilmore as the golfer, and then like Rocky as the the challenger, whatnot, Rocky's opponent. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, dude.
Apollo Creed.
That's
Yes,
Apollo Creed,
that's
man.
Apollo Creed.
Put some respect on his name.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. Amen.
God.
Okay, so this backstory you gave us was for a purpose, right? You kind of were just like this backstory and this fun fact
Oh,
that I derailed us on with the Space Shuttle Challenger.
all right, I don't know. I just wanted to share that fun fact. I was like, dude, I had no idea Pizzly bears existed. I just was like,
Okay, but then there was something else, right, that we were going to cover.
well, he mentioned like, what? Oh yeah. So chat. Oh well, this is not really a fact. It's more of a story of why I'm starting this. So I got myself a lucky little scratcher. I'm gonna scratch it and hope I win $100 million. But the reason I'm on this escapade is because I saw a Reddit story. Right? It spoke to me where this guy basically he was on like a 4-year adventure, and well, not really an adventure, but he just like. In the span of 4 years, like he got a win about him one day and just decided like, you know what? Like every paycheck I get, I'm just going to buy one scratcher, right? And so he did that consistently and he was getting like bi-weekly paychecks. So every week he would get himself like, a $20 or $50 scratcher, whatever. And within 4 years, or not within, but like at the 4-year mark of him doing it, he had finally won one and actually won like something crazy like $250 million.
Jeez.
But he just consistently was like going to the convenience store, just getting one every paycheck, and it's like, I hope I do it. And I'm like, dude, that inspired me to start doing scratchers.
I'm gonna start gambling.
Well, I've already
No, you're
been
good.
gambling
No,
with
no, no,
stocks.
no,
What's
it's
different
cool.
than this?
No, dude, yeah. Exactly.
I just wish I had a quarter, but
They're
I guess
much
I'm
more
gonna do
fun.
that. I'm just gonna I'm gonna
Stocks.
take the tab and just as long as I don't drop it in the.
I trade options because I hate myself.
Dude, all
Have you
right,
done the lottery before?
all right. This I've tried,
Yeah.
but fuck the lottery. Scratchers are better.
Scratchers, I mean, yeah.
But no, like I've done like the Robinhood stocks and stuff like that, and dude, I'm too much of a gambler. Like I'm telling you. But hey, I'm telling you what, this is gonna be the best fucking podcast that you ever had, Dave. If I
Life's
fucking
a
win the
risk,
lottery,
man. Life's
So how does a
risk.
scratcher work? You're just
you
going
just scratch
at
it.
Is that? Are you sure? It's usually.
I've already
sometimes-
lost.
Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Oh, what?
I don't even have to get. Well, once I saw a B, I've already lost.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. There's when you look out for scratchers, when you scratch them, the way you know you've instantly lost is if you see like one of 4 letters. It's either a B, Z, P, or D.
How does that even work? Like,
Why?
I thought the scratcher has this it's like scratch these fucking boxes, and then if
No,
there's
it's still like a lot. It's still a lottery. You have to take the chance to win it. Like yeah, because it's like right here. You could see at the bottom.
what the hell? That takes all the fun out of it.
But
Well-
is that like a rule or what?
It's not a rule.
This
It's
isn't-
just how you know because what happened with like scratchers, right? When you go to scratch them, if you see like a T, it's like what numbers start with a T, right? $10 starts with a T. $1,000 start with a T. You know, it'll like say that. It'll like spell it out and like with what are them consonants or whatever, like vowels or whatever.
Yeah.
Where so it's like if you see TEN, you've won $10. It's just like cool.
Okay.
That's all I have to know. I don't have to like scratch the whole thing out. It's just like
So what you got? What you got? A B?
I got a B, which means like what number starts with a B or that I know of. I don't know of any number that starts with a B. Like try to think of a number that starts with a B. Besides billion, but that doesn't hit a billion. That only goes up to 100 million.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dave, you don't have to like sit there and study it. I'm literally explaining.
So
Yeah.
this just because like scratchers.
So it has to be the right letter.
There has. All right,
Yes.
so this is how it explains it. Here's the instructions on the scratcher.
all right. Look,
This is what it says.
Oh.
I'm reading this to you.
Oh, shit.
Match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers.
yes.
Win prize shown. Reveal money bag. Reveal a money bag. Win prize shown instantly.
Yes. So I've been doing scratchers for a bit, and basically, if there was a number that had matched, or if I got the money bag within that without knowing, if I see the like, because you can see at the bottom where I scratched that, you see a B. So that would, if I won something, whether because if the money bag icon was there, or if a number did match without me scratching those, if it would have spelled out like some sort of number, like if I would have saw an E right there, then the only thing I can think of is like maybe I won $10 or maybe I won like $20, you know.
But why does that? Why are you saying? Like,
Do you want me to scratch the whole thing so you can I can show you that I lost?
No, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm guessing, yeah, they must have some sort of easy code, right, where you can just reveal and be like, all right, well, I lost or won. I don't have to scratch this whole fucking thing
I'll
out.
keep
I'll
going.
take
Doesn't that take the whole fun out of it, right? Isn't the whole point
Well,
of a scratcher?
you're
like,
gambling.
Well, why don't you just go Why don't you just buy a ticket that says I win or lose? Then
You're doing either you're doing the same thing with the scratcher. It's like I bought a ticket. Do I win or lose? Like I'll scratch the whole thing for you.
But no, I mean, I don't know. All
right, so
that's an established thing, though. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
When they just print these out, they just put a B on the bottom for like loser.
Yeah, it's like
Pretty much.
So you'll see them. So like I'll give you an example, right? Let me keep scratching them. Like let me try to
system.
find the other letters so I can show you because like again like
System's rigged.
dude, it's always rigged.
The system's rigged.
The system is rigged.
The system is rigged.
Jeez.
Well, here it's probably more towards the bottom.
We can't even get lucky out here.
No, dude.
The system is rigged.
I'm doing BAD in the streets, bro. That's why I'm fucking gambling. Let me see. Can I even find another one? Yeah, here we go at the bottom. All right, found it. Yeah, so right here at the bottom. God damn. So look at the bottom. You'll see like the three letters. I see P, B, and Z. Right?
Pennies.
Those are
pennies.
Yeah, I want pennies. But basically, if you see those letters, you've lost. Like that's the easy way of finding out if you want a scratcher, because you can go through that scratcher and you see the winning numbers at the top. Mm-hmm. But if I would have gotten a number match, or if the money bag actually showed up and one of the numbers like within the scratcher, it would have spelled out a different code, like TEN for $10, or TWY for $20, or like HND for whatever for $100, like something like that. It would have actually mostly consonants with the higher level money values, like it would spell it out.
Sorry, I'm just like looking at it.
So
Like,
how
okay.
much was that one?
So I spent $20 on this ticket because here's the thing. The winnings on that at the 7-Eleven gas station that I went to get that ticket, it's 100. It's 1 in 1,224 that you can win that ticket. So, but here's the thing though. I was doing a bunch of $1 scratchers. Like I bought 20 $1 scratchers. And it's like, you have a 1 in fucking 500,000 chance of winning. And I'm like, okay, well, 1.5 million chance of winning compared to a $20 ticket that's like 1 in 1,224 chance of winning. So it's like my odds have significantly improved, even though I didn't win. It's like I'm not gonna win like instantly. It's just like I have a higher chance because it's like 0.1 or 0.1% chance of winning that one, but then like 0.0004 or whatever if I did like the $21 scratchers.
Damn.
But yeah, so I also
Isn't that
gamble on
crazy,
Robinhood.
Isn't it kind of just crazy how it takes the fun right out of it? You just like scratch it. You just like,
What do you mean it takes the fun? It's the same thing with like getting a normal lottery ticket, like for Mega Millions. It's like, oh, I hope I win, and then when you see the numbers on the screen and they don't match a single thing, you're like, fuck.
Well, at least
Wait,
they make it easy for you, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's easier.
They should just
You win or lose.
But look at all this waste of paper. Just print out the bottom.
Yeah, just print me the code.
Yeah,
It's
just
like-
print the code out then. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, or just tell me
basically.
if I won or not.
Well, no, because they have to
Just
make
give them to them.
they have to make it
just
look
smack
pretty
you and
before you
call
to buy it.
dumbass.
Look. This is the give. Look, how else do you get poor people to buy lottery stuff? You got to make it look pretty. You have to make it look appealing.
No, you're
I
right.
see what you're going there.
Yeah,
I
and I'm
see.
poor as fuck. That's why it looked nice.
It's a marketing thing.
Yeah, like look how pretty that is.
Mm-hmm.
After
Nah,
I
you're-
scratched it all to hell.
Yeah.
I was like, Sam, were you scratching
People
it more
might
to see?
enjoy scratching too, just like
Just
you know.
well, no. Were you trying to scratch it in hopes that you won it, so you just take my card and run? It's like, hey, Dave, thanks for the
I was
podcast.
like,
He's just out
okay.
the door with $100 million.
Right. Like
I
I just
had,
was
I
trying
got
to match the
something.
numbers.
Yeah, you were like, oh, thanks for giving me the winning ticket, Nate.
Yeah, you're right. This code's bogus.
There you go.
It's
There you
bullshit.
go.
All right, chat. I lost. No, I'm kidding.
Damn.
All right. Well, we'll try again next month or whenever.
Well, hey, yeah, next paycheck, I'm gonna follow that
week.
guy's path. I'm gonna do that story. I'm gonna every paycheck, I'm gonna buy a $20 scratcher and see if I win. While I also gamble on stocks.
Would you wait 4 years?
Yes. Well, motherfucker, $100 million. I would definitely wait 4 years.
Shit. Okay.
You will never see $1 million in your lifetime.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we spend money on some other dumb shit, you know, like
Mhm. That's what I'm saying. That's why. Look, you gotta take that risk. If you're not wanting to take a risk with scratchers, do stocks. Just buy shit you like. Oh,
Usually they go up.
yeah.
Usually.
Well, there's a trend that they go up. It's just that people react negatively when they see it go down once, or like it goes, and they're like, "Holy fuck!" and they just sell. And it's like, hey, did you know if you would have held for another year, it would have been like 5% higher?
Yeah, and two, like people just got to know, you know what I mean, like what they want to do. Like, do you want to be a short term or do a long term holder? And because if you hold longer, if you're just gonna hold longer term, just buy the shit and forget about it. Because if you look at that shit, you're just gonna freak out.
So-
'Cause the shit just goes up and down. But if you're short term, then yeah, you need to watch the shit, and then you need to
Yep.
also have a very good strategy because
Yep. Because it's
buy
like,
cheap is always the strategy.
well, everything's always discounted because it hasn't fully risen its price yet.
Well,
It's not at max price yet.
mm.
No, when you think about it, even on dips, even when they go up, you're technically on a discount because if the trend for that stock is always up, like think about Apple, right? Apple's got $1 trillion market cap, but when you look at the stock, it will either remain flat, it may dip down a little bit, but overall, when you look at that 5-year mark, it is like constantly on the up and up.
Oh yeah. I mean, they always stocks. Yeah, usually just only go up. I mean,
day
that's
trade.
So I used to day trade, but I don't anymore because when you lose like about
lost all my money.
when you lose about $10,000, you kind of like rethink your life.
But you weren't like a pattern day trader though, were you?
I was getting close.
Yeah.
But you can't be a pattern day trader until you
You
have
have
like $25,000 in there. But you get, if you do Robinhood or like Fidelity or whatever, they typically allow you to do like 3 day trades a week where it's like, oh fuck, I fucked up my decision, and you like quickly sell out of what you bought, then it counts
Yeah.
as a day trade. And it's
Were
like,
did you start when like the whole GameStop thing?
all right. Hold on. Let me get to that because I'm telling
there it
you,
is.
dude, I'm still mad about that because I could have had $250,000 off that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Shit. Oh.
So when I got
Everybody had that.
no, it was I fucking hate myself
I'm just
for
kidding,
it
dude.
because
Tell us.
here's the thing, right? My buddy, my roommate, he got me and the other roommate into stock trading, but the other buddy didn't really keep up with it because he's like, every time fuck goes down, I buy it. And he just like he kept selling, he kept losing money, whatever. I did the same shit to learn it, but it's like I ended up learning how to do calls and puts, right? So I was really fucking gambling because I didn't know how that shit worked. But then eventually over time, I learned it. But it got to a point where it's like, dude, like, all right, you know Tesla, right?
Yes.
Fucking
yes.
shit, that a lot of money right there in its market cap. Like when the stock price went up, they ended up doing a stock split, whatnot. So it's been split. It's significantly cheaper, but if you like, fucking reorganize the
exactly.
shit
You
back
look
together,
at-
it's gonna be
yeah.
expensive to sell.
Yeah.
Well, after that, I was like, fuck, what other like electric car market, could I buy into, right? So at the time that I was looking around when Tesla was getting big, I found NIO, which is like China's Tesla, basically. So at the time that I found that, they were trading for like $4 and some odd cent, right? So originally, I had like about 100 shares worth of NIO, like NIO shares, right? Which was like a little over $400, close to $500, because it was like $4 and some odd cent. So that bitch went up to goddamn $60, and I had sold before it had jumped up there, because like my buddy, he talked me out of it. Where it's like, bro, like Tesla's the big thing. Why are you investing into NIO? And I'm like, I was like, because it's like Tesla but cheaper, and it's trying to. But sure shit, he talked me out of it, and sure shit, a fucking week or two later, the bitch jumps up to $60, and I'm like, well, fuck. If I would have kept hold of that, I would have made like, I think what was it, it's like 10,000 or some odd dollars, whatever. I was like, that would have been a good chunk of change, right? Yeah. GameStop. That's the second one he talked me out of, because that one I had 500 shares because it was trading sub $1. It was below $1 when I had bought the shares. I literally, whatever money I had left after losing the shit ton of money, I threw in there and had roughly 500 shares. And when I saw, after he talked me out of it, he was like, it's a brick and mortar store. It's like, you should fucking sell it. It's just going to die. And then sure shit, they get the new CEO. He makes great plans. He's like revising GameStop, whatever. Everybody's saluting him. And then like Deep Fucking Value, like on Reddit, is hyping it up. He had been doing great analytics on it, and everybody was like shitting on him, everything. And dude, I saw that stock reach a maximum of $440 some dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And when I calculated that, with holding the 500 shares at the time and like taking all the profits, taxes, whatever, I would have been left with around $250,000.
Fuck.
Yeah, I guess,
Where's that friend now?
Yeah, shouldn't.
Oh,
listen
I'm
to
still
that
living
guy.
with him, but it's convenient when he's like.
I wouldn't listen to him for investment.
No, well, no, but no. Here's the thing, though. But no,
I would not go to him.
No. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean,
Here's the real kicker. He is the same guy that literally made puts, which is so like. Do you know what a put is, right, on a stock?
Yes.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of COVID, he had foreseen it, where it's like, oh, COVID's looking pretty bad and stocks are looking pretty shaky, and this was the beginning we were trading. So he started making puts on like Carnival, like American Airlines, stuff like that, like all the traveling shit and a lot of other stuff. Motherfucker walked away with like roughly $200,000 off of just doing puts.
What?
Yeah. And now they're all tied up in like Carnival shares and stuff like that. So honestly, if he went up to Carnival, he can get like VIP for like basically free because of how many shares he holds of Carnival. So I'm like, fuck you, dude. I love you, but I hate you. But it's like I still kick myself over like not holding the GameStop shares. Right. I probably would have sold before it hit 400, because when it got to 200, if I was still holding that, I probably would have sold.
Exactly, or at least sell a portion of it. You know what I mean, and take profits. That's what a lot of people were doing. You know what I mean, was like just like kind of riding it all the way up. You know what I mean, and you can buy back into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and it keeps going fucking higher. So another thing around that time is I wasn't in on GameStop. A friend of mine actually had GameStop and sold it earlier in the year before it had any of the shit had happened. I remember that was pretty funny when we saw that happening. He was like, "Fuck!" But I got in on AMC hype before that one's rocketed off. It didn't quite do what GameStop did in terms of numbers, in terms of like the.
No, but it was still
GameStop
good.
Was just so it was insane the amount, because like just in terms of like, because like what you were saying, there were people that held in crazy positions in GameStop where they had huge amounts of shares because they were so cheap, and then so once the shares became, like he was saying, like worth like fucking $400 each, and you're holding these that were once $1 a piece, you know what I mean, at that point you had the 400 like. So it kind of, the numbers can get nauseating, the amount that people made off of that shit, especially too the people that bought like call options or anything that you had early on in that process, because like if you bought a call, like say a fucking $10 call or something before the shit rocketed off. Imagine what the shit would be at, what that contract would be fucking worth. Like, I mean,
dude, like GameStop's still trading like crazy fucking call options because people are hoping that it strikes back up again.
But that's just how the strat. But that anyway, like I was able to at least make some decent money off of AMC because I've got in a nice position on that. I think I was like I had my shares were worth like an average I think of like $9 or something, but $9 a share. So by the time I sold, it was up in like the 60s or 70s. I'm pretty sure. So I can't remember exactly but I made like fucking decent amount of money off that.
Dude,
but ended up losing a lot more in just stupid ass other call option or just options trading in general. Dude, calls and puts will drain your shit. If you're not careful with them. You have to be careful with that shit.
Dude, Bitcoin though, because
Bitcoin though.
During COVID,
God.
that bitch dropped to sub $3,000, and guess where it is at now?
Everything dropped in COVID, dude.
I know, but guess where Bitcoin's back to now? Guess how much Bitcoin is now?
What is it up in like 70s?
It's trading around 42 to 45,000 right now.
What was the peak? What was the peak at?
It was like 60 some thousand, like 67, 68,000.
All right, because I remember it being that high, and I was like, oh well, that shit's certainly going to 70.
But imagine if you would have bought Bitcoin when it was sub $3,000.
Dude, I could have if I would have listened to my friend who's actually like, I look back and I'm like, man, that guy was into some good. Because he needed to buy shit off the Silk Road, so that's why he was into Bitcoin.
When was it 3,000?
During COVID, like at the beginning of COVID, or like 6 months after COVID.
Imagine buying it when it was like fucking $10.
Dude, I got another fun fact for y'all because of that.
God,
it literally is a pizza place that a dude bought pizza from. I forgot the dude's name, but it was on one of the fun fact things that came up through my phone, where the dude had bought pizza at that time when Bitcoin was like below $1 or whatever. He spent like 10,000 Bitcoin to get some pizza, like when Bitcoin was like originating or whatever, or starting to be accepted by stores, and it was like sub $1 or whatever. Spent that much on pizza, and it's like it said that shit was worth like $100 billion now, or some wildly high number.
Yeah, exactly. Like but there's people. Yeah, but my buddy. So you know what the Silk Road is?
Isn't that a trading platform or like a place you get like cryptocurrency?
Or
besides the historical trading road.
I don't believe it's in existence anymore. But what it was an online like platform where you could buy drugs. It was not legal. But you could buy it with Bitcoin. You could do it with crypto because crypto is like, and it's untraceable. You just transfer money through crypto.
Black market.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And you would do this through the Tor browser, if you know what
Onion
that is.
browser.
Onion, yeah. So
yeah.
So through Tor is anonymous. You can find this Silk Road through there, and then buy your drugs of choice with Bitcoin. Yeah. And so Bitcoin being cheap back then, my buddy was buying all sorts of shit through there with his Bitcoin, and he was like, dude, you should get some.
Bro.
And I was just too interested in other shit back then, but like I really should have got into it because it was
some drugs.
Not the drugs, but I mean the drugs are fine, but I'm just saying like
that's the good part. Getting the Bitcoin.
But like getting the Bitcoin, dude, if I would have just like imagine just getting like like you're saying, like buying like fucking just 100 of them or something. Or whatever, 1,000. Let's say 1,000. That'll be more fun. 1,000 more fun. And just for the sake of doing it, you know what I mean? Fucking around, and then you forget about it. Come back to it 15 years later. You're fucking millionaire.
You're a fucking billionaire. That's why I'm looking at cryptocurrency all the time. I'm hoping Dogecoin explodes.
I feel like it's just.
Guys, you should hype Dogecoin.
I feel like it's not really the Wild West anymore there. You know what I mean? It's like there are times where shit pops off and certain, coins like go on runs and moon but like any stocks do, you know what I mean? Like it kind of just turned into sort of that, more than anything. Like the opportunity to like see the kind of growth that we're talking about. It's like I don't fucking even know where to go for that. Like what the next Bitcoin's gonna be, something that you put your money into now, and then 10 years from now is going to be, like worth $10,000 more than like what you bought it for.
Well, guys, think about it like this. Sam, you got a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Dave, you got a girlfriend?
No.
Well, when you get one, Sam will tell you how. Well, actually, let's talk about it.
Sam will tell me what. What's Sam
hang
gonna
on,
tell me?
Hang on.
What
Let me lead. I'm gonna lead into it.
Jeez.
Because since we're on the topic of stocks, Sam, let me ask you this: how often are you spending shit on your girl, bro? Because I'm gonna lead into this ETF.
Oddly
Hang
personal
on.
question.
Spending on her?
Yeah, how much are you spending on her?
Oh god.
I mean, I
You spend a lot of money, right?
Okay, put
Take
him
her
on
out
the
to
spot.
eat.
Putting him on the
yeah,
spot.
food.
Lululemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she kind of buys most of her shit that she wants, like personally.
Yeah.
And like every now and then try to, I get her something, but mainly like food and just like little things where we go out and like, I'm paying and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you're spending money on your girl.
Yeah.
And every girlfriend you've had, you probably spent money on them, right? You buying them stuff because you want to treat them right.
Of course.
If you want, and it's strictly for the dudes, women you could do it too if you're watching this. But it's funny because it's a dude centric thing where someone had created the Basic Becky ETF, and I saw this years ago, and I go back to it on occasion because think about it. That's why I asked Sam that question. I was like, Sam, how much are you spending on your girl, right? Well, these stocks are tailored for you to invest in.
Question.
Well, because that's how I had to lead into it. But
No, I was joking. Go ahead.
But it's an ETF that someone had put together that is full of companies that you, like a chick, would buy from, or that you would buy from, for her, whatnot. So, like, for example, like Apple, Lululemon, some like whatever when you hear the term Basic Becky, it's like, what do you think? You got like Uggs, Starbucks, Apple, Lululemon stuff.
Yeah.
It's all Basic Becky stuff that a dude made where it is literally outperforming even like the SPY ETF, like 500, ETF. It's fucking wild. And I go back to it on occasion because it's smart, because those companies still go because like women, we want to spend money on them because it's just like, we like women. They're soft, they're nice, and it's like we want to do nice things for them, But it's like, it's also smart because if we're spending money on them or buying stuff from them, the stores that have those stocks, their prices and stuff, their stock price is going to rise because we're spending money on chicks. There you go, Sam. I gave you some insider tips, bro. Dave, you should also hold that to heart.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know about that ETF.
There's a Chad
unfamiliar
ETF, a
with
Virgin
it.
ETF. Well, I made the Virgin ETF because I thought it was funny. It was like Doritos, Mountain Dew, and like other shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but
Just start crying.
I don't fuck with that ETF.
That's bullshit.
Basic Becky. I'm not about it. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be about it. It's just very smart.
It's very smart. Yeah, I mean, basically the thing you want to do, I mean, if you are actually investing in anything, they always say, don't do stocks. It's like, that's basically the bottom line. It's like, that's
anybody that doesn't trade stocks well will say don't trade stocks. But if you know what you're doing, trade stocks. Or not trade them, but at least buy stocks and hold.
You're smart until you're with stocks until you're not, man. It's really
you're
tough.
smart until you're not.
It's basically
the Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street guy? Yeah. He talked about saying like, he wouldn't recommend like day trading. He'd recommend like long term trading.
Yes,
but like he's done it all. So it's like he might have just been like cocky to her, like, oh yeah, like, I know what I'm talking about, like.
But he's also at a point too where he made so much money just doing his own business thing, where it's like, I'm just gonna place a casual like million on these stocks and I'm just gonna hold.
Yeah.
And then of course, like, what will happen? Oh shit, I got millions more dollars.
But stocks, for the most part, is gambling.
Yeah.
And options trading is like gambling on cocaine with like hookers screaming at you. And it's pretty awful.
Yeah.
And just don't ever find yourself doing that. If you're really trying to be, because that's the thing. It's like, if you're trying to be smart in the sense of smart, as in not risky, well, stocks are pretty risky. So that's why people say don't do it. Now, with risk comes reward.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, right? But that's the potential, right? It's like, yeah, you can lose, but you can also really fucking win.
Well,
so that's the whole thing. So it just depends on your risk tolerance.
Well,
as a financial advisor would say.
But here's the thing, though. It's like you have different risk
tolerances.
It really
just
But you just gotta do your research, you know. You just gotta be like on top of that shit,
or just YOLO, bro. Just fuck it.
Nah, but
no, dude. Wall Street Bets told me to buy it.
Yeah, Wall Street Bets.
There should be a smart way to do it, you know, just like.
Well, that's why they have conservative temperaments. Like, so you have conservative, moderate, and then very What's the last one? It's like very
okay. Well, if we're talking stocks, there's multiple ways to go about that, right? Analysis. If we're talking stock analysis, there's traditional stock analysis.
There are, yes.
You know, where it's like you look at the fundamentals of the stocks, you look at the business. What's the business doing? Who's the CEO? Blah blah blah. Now there's some people that do chart analysis, which is just straight up. I'm drawing lines. On here, look! It was here, and then now it's here, and then look, it's here, and look, these lines all line up.
This candle means something.
And so, what do you think this line's going here? That means it's like, okay, guys,
it's mooning, it's going up.
Holy shit!
Like, there's not based on any fundamentals whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
And so the stocks, anyone that's telling you they know what the fuck they're doing with stocks is lying to you. All right, I'm just telling you that.
I just know more than I did a year ago.
Just telling you that right now.
Or 2 years, 3 years. How many fucking years?
Like
3 years ago.
There's nobody out there that really know, because there's plenty of people that find success with it, and there's good strategies that are pretty consistent that you can do, right? That's why people say buy low, sell high. Yeah. It's because
I think you just gotta travel to the future.
Yeah, there you go. But it's like, what's high now? All right.
When a stock when a stock goes down, like for instance, the other day, fucking Google was down 6% 6% one day is pretty big for a big tech stock like that. So that's at that point. People are like, pulling out the charts. Oh, it's gonna go down even. Like, okay, and you know what happens today is like it's going up, recovering a bit.
Yeah,
it's bouncing back, and so it's like, well, guess what? The people that bought when it was fucking down, now are not sitting in a bad position. Hey, maybe next week it fucking plummets down another fucking $10. Could happen. But that's a risk that you run with stocks. And having a down 6% day is pretty big. It's pretty significant. And usually stocks recover a bit from those dips. So
people like
buy the dip always applies to stocks too. You know what I mean? People say that with fucking Bitcoin.
Yeah. And also, here's another thing, too. It's like, even if you don't know the fundamentals, but you want to get into stocks, because it's like, think about it like this, right? People want to do savings accounts and whatnot because they're trying to save money. They're trying to get out of poverty, like whatever, right? And you got different banks that want to do, like, different, like, APYs or APRs, whatever the fuck. I think it's APYs on their savings. So it's like 0.5% or whatever. So it's like, what if I start sucking on the mic? Make some ASMR noises. Dude, no, there was a fucking Twitch girl that was doing that, like, last year or two. We're basically like, so do you know what ASMR is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sam, do you know what ASMR is?
No.
ASMR.
So, I don't know what the acronym means, but basically it's like feel good noises. Like, when you hear, like, if I were to put like on my finger in pudding or something and put a mic to it and it's like squishing, it's like people like that sound. So it's like pleasing sounds that please people, right?
It's just like, I don't know it.
I gave it a random example, but I'm just saying it's like sounds that please you, that make you feel good.
Sorry, dude, it was just funny because you're like, do you know what ASMR is? And you're just like, no, what is it?
Well, yeah, when you stick your finger in the peanut butter and you make some swishes.
I don't actually know what it is. Okay, so no, here, this is what it means. Let's just tell you, it's an autonomous sensory meridian response.
I would never fucking remember that. All I know is
wouldn't remember it either.
All I know is that it's feel good noises, right?
Well, that's typically how it's used. Is like you'll see like ASMR is like somebody will be like cutting like something like in a like a piece of fucking something that sounds pleasing or something like
like people could be like sawing wood and people like that find sawing wood sounds pleasing. It makes them feel good.
Like washing something or somebody will like I don't know, like there's all sorts of weird shit people do. Like there's food ASMR, there's like mukbang, that's kind of almost like what that is, right? Where you're just eating and they're just chewing and like
some people find that pleasing.
I think I've seen that shit like on TikTok.
Yeah, like mukbangs, like where they're just fucking engorging, but the sounds they make, people like it.
Yeah.
So there was
do people be making money?
No shit, yeah. People love watching people get fat.
Dude, that's crazy.
But no, there was like a Twitch streamer that I saw. It was all over TikTok because there was like a whole thing about like women on TikTok or whatever with ASMR noises where they started getting sexual with their stuff because the dudes were getting pretty lonely out there. So like they found like some of the sexual sounds pleasing, like some girls would moan or whatever. There was this one girl in particular that I saw on TikTok where basically she is sucking the microphone and making like the slurping noises and shit like that, and it was like, dude, who the fuck finds that? I guess you could find it pleasing, but it's like I would rather my girl do that if I had one. But it's like I'm not gonna sit there and watch some girl that's like, maybe in Korea, Canada, whatever, just like suck on a microphone for 10 fucking minutes.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
Yeah, let me just.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Am I?
You know, people be having those fetishes, you know.
People be having fetishes.
Sam, what's your fetishes, bro?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The wisdom of Sam.
Yeah, the wisdom of Sam.
Yeah, people be having fetishes. No, for real though. Like that is the thing.
Pretty vanilla guy, you know.
Yeah, belly to belly missionary.
He's like let's say that Jack Harlow song.
God. Did it feel as good as it did for you as it did for me, baby?
Oh.
Get the fuck off me.
Man. So, yeah, Space Shuttle Challenger.
We did a full rotation back to the Challenger.
Sad day.
Man, Carl Weathers died, dude.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, no. Full circle.
Happened today?
Yeah. Pizzly Bears, bro.
Bears,
Yeah, dude.
There's something about today, man, that just was off.
Let me see. Did I have another fun fact up
This
here
is
on my
gonna
board?
be crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. This was a
Ferk.
fucking interesting fact. Since we did full circle, y'all made me do this, right? All right. You want to hear a fun fact? If you're trying to commit a crime,
Oh. Okay.
koala fingerprints are so close to humans that they could taint crime scenes.
I don't know.
A koala bear, koala
Kind of
fingerprints.
seems easier to just wear gloves, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah,
If I'm being real.
What did they do?
No, the koala fingertips, they're so close to a human fingertip that they could taint crime scenes.
Oh.
So if you're committing a crime, just bring a koala with you and just have them put fingerprints on everything.
Or wear gloves.
Yeah, or wear gloves.
That's crazy.
Just wear gloves, bro.
The ultimate robbing.
Do it too much.
Yeah, it's like, hey, why do you have a koala bear on your shoulder? Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm not,
yeah.
not trying to commit no crimes.
Well, that's probably what happens over there in Australia.
Koalas.
Where's the koala?
You know, Australia is
Koala crime.
Australia is basically a founding of just a bunch of prisoners, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a penal colony for the
founding?
British.
Yeah, Australia was pretty much founded like a penal colony, based off of prisoners.
It was the British Empire would
So
send
they
their
took
prisoners.
They took prisoners?
Well, they
Okay.
sent the British. So the British would send their prisoners basically to Australia.
Oh, yeah.
And so yeah, there was just basically an island of prisoners
Holy shit.
that survived in.
What?
And that lost a war to birds.
Well, yeah. We actually covered that in an
So
episode
they
of
had
this
to fuck with
podcast.
the animals and the aborigines.
Hey, man,
Right.
we need someone to take care of those giant spiders. I ain't fucking doing it. Let's send the
Yeah.
prisoners there.
Man,
Damn, that's
crocodiles.
Crocodile Dundee.
It must have been that bad to be like.
Dude, no shit. It's like, go colonize this prisoner, and if you die, you die.
Yeah, like a fucking punishment, right? You're banished.
Well, it was. They had to go explore it
Yeah.
and whatnot. It's like, yeah, do we want to send our finest mates there? No, we'll send the prisoners.
That's crazy, bro.
It is. It is.
Damn.
You're right, Sam.
Wow.
Well, I mean, Sam told me an interesting fact earlier today. I didn't know that Thomas Jefferson invented the earliest swivel chair.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, my mind is still blown about that because
Tommy J, bro.
I never thought about looking up who made swivel chairs. Fucking Thomas Jefferson. All right. The fuck?
And he was like 23 when he wrote the Declaration.
Yep.
Dude,
yeah, so
imagine.
something
Dude,
like that.
he's declaring our independence and making swivel chairs.
Yeah.
Have you do you guys are you familiar with
Nope.
the comedian Nick Mullen?
The name sounds oddly familiar.
He's from the podcast Cumtown.
What?
Yeah, Cumtown is a pretty well-known comedy podcast. And I think it was pretty high on Patreon. I can't remember if they were Patreon. Pretty sure they had Patreon. Anyway, he has a stand-up. And one of his stand-up jokes, he's talking about the founding fathers and just the way it's written and how it sounds like it's just like written by like a bunch of like fucking like teenagers that are like just throwing everything they can in. It's just like, okay, so we're gonna be able to say whatever we want, and then we're gonna have guns. No, and they're just hell yeah, dude, and like, you throw it all in there. Yeah, we're gonna have everything here.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so it's pretty good, like, because they were like, and I think that's the funny about that joke is like what you bring up is like there's truth to that. Like they were really young, a lot of them, when this shit was going down, when like, you know, and it's not like their gripes weren't unfounded, right? You know, they were just like, but basically like we want a voice. And honestly, ultimately, a lot of people can say this. It's like they really just wanted an excuse. They're like, give me a fucking excuse. Because what does the British give them the fucking voice in Parliament? What's gonna happen? They're just gonna be like, we don't have enough representation. The goalposts would have moved. All right, they were going to do this shit no matter what.
You know, guys in their 20s to 30s, they're the ones that like fight our wars. You know, so they're like the ones who are should be able to say the most shit. You know.
Well, it's because we're young, spry, energetic. You know, stuff like that.
Let them go.
Like.
Fire up.
Like I'm looking down the barrel. Like
they just know what they kind of want in a sense, I guess. Or
well, I guess they're more like out there because you're still trying to discover yourself. So they're trying to figure out who they want to be. So they're gonna be more out there to found themselves.
Back then, like the ages like were people didn't live that long. People didn't live that long, you know. So it's like
14-year-old was
23 over there was like 30 or like.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like a 14-year-old was already like basically like
an adult.
Yeah, that was like a high school graduate basically now.
That's why it's kind of wild to me when you think about like marriages back then where it's like, yeah, I'm going to marry off my 12-year-old. She's going to have her period next year. And it's just like, what the fuck? But then when you think about it, it's like, yeah, their lifespan was like maybe up until the 50s.
Yeah, and like you didn't even know, you know, maybe even like it was such a gamble too. Like they could get like fucking smallpox or whatever the fuck. Yeah, like some
fucking get straight by iron, like and then you just die.
Disease comes to town, you're fucked. Yeah, anything could, you know, you get run over by a horse, like.
Just like a small cut just kills you. Like you're like fucking nick my finger.
Oh yeah, like it's like back then, So it was such a game. So like people just kind of fucking don't understand that. Like when you frame it that way, you know what I mean. It makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because people didn't live that long, and two, there was also like. Honestly, as much as it sucks, is like it is basically a form of human trafficking because it's like when you're marrying off your daughter, as there's supplying, well, there's some value, there's a trade going on here. You know, you get the dowry, right?
Yep.
You know, or whatever. I guess is that to work the other way, right? I can't remember how it fucking works, right? The bride's family gets
the bride's family. I think gets the dowry.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. It wouldn't make sense the other way.
Yeah. No, I received the dowry because I'm important. I'm being sold off.
But like, you know what I mean? So, you know, that there is usually a trade happening there. You know, it's like kind of like, oh, this.
Sometimes it's more for like business, right?
For 3 cattle.
Well, you could do it for businesses or for politics, or whatever.
A marriage of right?
Yeah.
Like okay, an alliance.
Some sort of benefit that they're kind of getting, right?
Yeah.
We have an alliance. Like
you're right. It's because think about it like this. Like a lot of aristocracy back then would marry off their daughters to more of the noblemen's households just because they're trying to establish like, hey, I want to be a part of your family, receive protection, the benefits, stuff like that. And then you just got the peasants like, hey, you want to go shovel shit together?
Yeah, no, but like there was, and don't get me wrong, it was still fucking weird and creepy probably, but like they, you know, it's like for the times you're just like, okay, well, like, you know, there's nobody back then that's like fucking policing this and the morality and shit. It's like it's all skewed, and the values are so much different when like lifespans are different, the elements are different, and the threats to that could happen to you are different. Like, so,
but in England and stuff, they would try to keep the legacy, right? Like they were trying to keep it in the family, I guess. So
well, back then,
keep power, right?
Like, have you ever heard of the story of the Habsburgs, or I think it's the Habsburgs?
Yeah.
where basically it's like several generations of inbreeding to the point where it's like literally I forgot what the prince's name is. I know it's a Habsburg, but he is like so deformed. He was pale and he didn't even live that long.
Seen it before. It's like pretty popular image that's around on the internet.
Oh,
yeah, where it's just like the painting. It's like, oh, he's an interesting looking character, but it's like, nah, he looked like back then.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, dude, there's so many generations of inbreeding.
Yeah, so
it had 3 Cyclops.
You said it.
No,
yeah, you said it, not me.
It's fucked up, yeah.
Nah, I mean, he was whatever. Who cares? Like, fuck that guy. Stupid inbred bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Guy who died like fucking hundreds of years ago.
I know. Like, look, you wouldn't want his ghost haunting you.
Yeah, don't need that in my life.
Yeah, your child would look like a Habsburg.
Pretty sure there is a ghost in this house, but I can't prove it. And it's one of those things, you know, because if I could prove it, it wouldn't be a ghost, right?
You're right, exactly. Well, no, all right. No, so here's a theory, right? My buddy brought this to my attention, and it makes a lot of sense. It's like, I know we have a bunch of supernatural shit out there, but he came to me one day when me and my other buddy, were talking about ghosts, because my other buddy is like very superstitious, believes in the supernatural, like all this other shit. And so he's talking about ghosts and how like the previous place he lived in when he was like a very young child was like haunted and shit like that. And so the other buddy that doesn't believe in it said, like, look, if ghosts were real, wouldn't you think that the government military would do everything they can to harness their power? Because imagine just sicking a fucking demon like on the enemy team, like they just appear out of nowhere, decapitate like 100 fucking soldiers, and then just shoot back into the void. You know, we'd be trying to figure out how to control that shit. You'd have like some SCP Foundation shit.
So
Wait, I mean,
do you believe in ghosts? Have you seen it?
Well, no. I've watched a lot of supernatural stuff. Like paranormal was like Paranormal Activity was pretty cool. Like, I'm just not a believer in ghosts. Like, there might be something, but when he brought that to my attention,
you got a skeptic in it.
But when he said that, I kind of like, it makes sense, because it's like you would be seeing like stories on the news where like fucking military government or something is like utilizing ghostly technology to like fucking kill off like a bunch of Russians or terrorists or like.
Yeah, one thing I heard was that ghosts supposedly could be like interdimensional beings.
But we would try to harvest that, because imagine being able to do interdimensional traveling.
But it's like basically like going through universes, you know, like.
Yeah, but think about that. Imagine us harvesting that power.
Hold on a sec. Like, so I think here's how I've had ghosts described to me, and I think this is a better explanation than like it's not something that like is harnessed, because your experience of a ghost, you know, is not something that's necessarily I don't know, maybe objective. Like, it's like people have experiences, and these are what people describe as, they'll use this language like, and this is cheesy as fuck, and I don't really necessarily agree with this, but it's like these psychic experiences where it's like, and I'm like, the way I would describe it as is like, it's something that's an unexplainable fucking emotional fucking like almost maybe hallucinogenic experience.
So you don't think it could be like a technology?
No, I wouldn't think it would be
technology. The government's just sicking ghosts on people.
So, but people's experiences with these things are usually, you know what I mean, they're so vague, and people are like, I had this feeling. Like, there's always this fucking feeling with it, and that's what I'm latching onto. Sorry.
You could get advanced enough to like go through dimensions and universes?
Well, so that's what I was trying to bring up. It's like we have like technology right now that we could potentially do that.
Yeah.
If we had ghosts.
I mean, so what I like with ghosts in particular,
about, like, super advanced, you know, like.
But it could be like something advanced, but like not necessarily. I don't know if it would be like maybe an intelligence necessarily, right? Like maybe it is, but it's not in the way that we are.
No, but I'm saying like,
and
ghosts don't have to be a dead person. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying like, I got you. Be like an alien.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Well, then it wouldn't be a supernatural occurrence. Then it would be alien life.
But I believe more that it's kind of an alien than a dead person.
But yeah, what you're saying is like it's more like the apparition is It's like the Mothman. Like, let's go into this. Like
the Mothman.
The Mothman Prophecies movie. I don't know if you've seen this, but I think in this movie has a great explanation of the Mothman, and that's what I love this fucking movie. I've talked about this movie endlessly on this podcast, and I've done a bunch of posts on it on Twitter. So go look at that. And I love the fucking movie. So anyway, with the Mothman, the way they describe it is like this sort of interdimensional being, right? In the movie, he can see the future and he's predicting future events. You can actually tell the Mothman is actually talking to people and communicates with people. People even see him, and the way he presents himself to people is different. And he could, because he's not a being in the way that we are, right? He can present himself to you differently. He can meet you on your plane of existence, but maybe he's not always on our plane of existence, right? Like you're saying, interdimensional, right? He can maybe shift between dimensions. So the Mothman is just a word, like God is a word to describe the fucking emotional feeling that you get when you're connected to whatever this whole conscious thing is, that is we call life. So like, yeah, in the same way the Mothman would be like a being in that, like outside of that, in this, our normal intelligence. So with the movie, the way they describe him is like, you know, is he intelligent like we are? Is he a person who can, you know, he just sees further down the road than we can, you know? It's like, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he has the same motivations we do, like greed, love, and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like, and so again, this all ties into the ghost thing with people's description of ghosts, you know, could be, like you're saying, experiences with what people call like the Mothman, which is just the description for it.
I'm talking about like in a non-religious perspective.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Like in a scientific thing, like you know.
Yeah. And two, in the way the Mothman, the way the movie.
If there's like multiple universes and stuff, then it's possible.
Yeah.
We got Area 51, you know.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Yeah.
And so like that's why in this, like in the movie, the premise of it is at least that the Mothman gives these premonitions of disasters that are going to happen. Like this plane's going to crash. There's this earthquake that's going to happen. This bridge is going to collapse. And so like people then start to go fucking crazy because they're like, they see these, like they try and stop these things and they start to lose their minds. And like it
reminds me of that movie with like Nicolas Cage and that little girl that sees the future.
Oh God, I don't know. I'm not talking about mine.
Like, it's a really good movie because it's like his daughter. It's basically based around his daughter or whatever, like the dude he's playing as, where she received.
Knowing?
There's like a time capsule basically in like the school or whatever they dig up, and like there's a bunch of numbers and codes like written on it, and the daughter just happens to get it and like has some like revelation with it, and the Nicolas Cage.
It's called Knowing, right?
Is it? I think it might be Knowing, but it's like Nicolas Cage is like, oh, what do these numbers mean? And they're just like dates of events of like when bad accidents are going to happen, like plane crashes, doomsday, like all this other shit.
Yep, it's Knowing.
I'm actually going to Vegas soon.
You're going to need that sheet of paper.
Yeah.
I need to know the lottery winnings for this day.
No, but no, I'm talking about for Area 51.
Are you going to Naruto run into Area 51, my guy?
Can you camp out?
I'm just going to be like, yeah.
Dude, that was a fucking hilarious event. Like Naruto running into fucking Area 51.
They can't stop us all.
It's like, what do we do about these guys? It's like, I just shoot them.
They could definitely just shoot everybody.
Yeah,
but
I think they supposedly have like an empty airplane base or something where people would fly into Area 51.
Yeah.
And then they have like, I guess...
you know, when they're transporting aliens?
Roswell. Like a little museum, I guess, of what's like been happened there, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Roswell crash, you know, there's always people that claim that, you know, like if you go to Roswell, obviously there's all this stuff around there about that. Like everyone plays
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, it's whatever. Like, you know, I think a lot of the times aliens and ghosts and a lot of the unknown supernatural stuff kind of plays into the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all kind of, a lot of the experiences people talk about them with are variations kind of on the same stuff. I had this weird feeling. I didn't really know I don't really know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's always super.
Aliens?
I believe that there's a lot we don't know, and that I'm very open to the possibilities of all sorts of stuff. And as long as, you know, I'm willing to concede that, as long as people bring proof to back up their claims, if they're going to say anything like with certainty, right? Like if you're going to come to me and be like, no, fucking aliens are real, I'm going to be like, well, you have to be able to prove that to be able to say that ultimately.
There's a chance that we'll be like by ourselves? Like,
well, so
universe?
it's funny that you say that because there literally is a theory called
tiny
lone
chance,
Earth.
yeah.
There is a theory that you're trying to mention. It's called the lone Earth theory, where literally with all the galaxies, all the planets that are within each galaxy and whatnot, that we are the only planet with life. And if that's the case, that is truly fucking like on a cosmic scale terrifying.
I don't even think you can wrap your head around how crazy that is.
That's why I believe there
Like,
are aliens.
I feel like we're not alone. Like,
I mean, the mathematical conditions, right? Like, you just think statistically, all right, so how many stars are there? You know, extrapolate how many galaxies, how many stars within each galaxy. And from all of the, you know, obviously, you know, an exponential fucking huge, stupid number, that you can't even fucking count to. Yeah. And so it's like, when you get to those numbers, it's like, well, like statistically, there has to be one planet that is orbiting a star that has the same similar conditions to us, where similar things can happen, you know?
Bro, my mom was watching, like, I went to visit her one time, and she was watching this show called Ancient Aliens. Yeah. And it's funny that you bring up the pyramids, because literally on one of their episodes, they're talking about how, like, the pyramids are, like, a gateway to, like, other planets and stuff like that, because they're like on Mars. Like, if you look at this very blurry image, you could see that there's a Sphinx head on Mars, and it was like teleported there. You know, so there's the missing Sphinx, and it's like, bro, like, I believe that there are aliens, but you can't sit there and tell me that a pyramid, right, a gateway to like other places. If we know about that, will we not try to fucking harness that technology in some way, shape, or form for like interplanetary travel?
You've seen Stargate.
It's secluded though.
Have you seen Stargate?
Kept secret.
Oh, it would have been. There's no way to keep that secret. There, you have too many people trying to break into fucking. There would have been like guards, like they're ready to shoot down like civilians trying to break into the pyramids.
Have you heard of like the deep state and like the secret government?
The deep state.
I feel like I've heard about the deep state, but I don't remember anything about it. Dude, I got pissed like a motherfucker.
All right, you can go take a break, man. You don't have to be like
cool, because I'm like fucking.
I can run the ship for now.
I hope you can.
I'll keep it going. Oh my god, I got it from here.
You got it.
You don't have to do that. We don't have to
go this way, dude.
Bro, you don't have to be extra. All right. Let's do it. All right, so the deep state.
Yeah. No, I mean that shit, dude. I've heard that shit's been kept secret.
Yeah.
Like there's some kind of hiding some like secret technology, I guess.
So in the movie Stargate, they use the aliens in the movie use the pyramids as like a landing base. So like I think that's what's funny is what he was talking about.
They don't know how they built them.
Well, that's why like
we don't actually know how they built them. You know.
I think you try to talk more into closer to me. Sorry.
My bad.
Yeah, good. Like the aliens in Stargate use it as like a fucking landing or like a landing bay. And so I think a lot of people like use that to like, and their imagination runs wild with that. And so that's always like with the pyramids being some gateway to some other fucking place. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, because like you're saying, but I think people are talking about it, they're like, yeah, they don't know how they built them. And it's just like, well, I mean, you know, through fucking like, you know, they had fucking slave labor. And
nah, dude, but I mean, those are like 20-ton stones. Some of them.
I still think, you know, it's likely that, you know, they I don't know, like maybe it's not, you know, maybe it's like I said, I'm open to possibilities that what we think we know is not actually what we know. It's just we're always learning new stuff, of course.
Yeah.
And I do think though, you know, there's
it was some heavy shit, dude, and I like for you to be like mathematically accurate to get it like that, you know, and it's like. I think it's crazy.
Yeah. No, it is. It is.
I don't think we could do it today if we wanted to.
Oh, I mean, well, maybe we could. I'm not sure.
But like,
it's just like why
that type of material, you know?
Do
like
we want to?
Like stone, like for you to fucking
precisely
cut stone and fucking put it on and shit.
To try and do it the way that they did it, like I don't know what the fuck they did. Like,
are we talking about Stonehenge and pyramids and shit?
Yeah,
talking about the pyramid.
Bro, there was a guy that actually explained like how like how the Stonehenge is not like some mythical creation. He actually explained like how you can put together a Stonehenge using like simple basic like tools, rotation, like just random wood where it's like, all right, just fucking like place the stone on here and like you could easily rotate it, and then this is how you can put it up and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a whole channel. It's like this old dude explaining like how to put together like Stonehenge, and it's like, so you're telling me that we were just that smart back then that we just us Neanderthals put together fucking Stonehenge? Because if that's possible, then I can understand how the pyramids were made, but that's like, yeah, you need slaves for that.
No, but how do you know it was the Neanderthals? Could have.
Bro, because like if the Stonehenge was made in like the BC era, like way before Christ, it's like we were Neanderthals then. We were just like evolving from monkeys.
I like the Spinal Tap
do y'all
song.
see the
Stonehenge.
the pattern of like stone shit like all over the world?
Yeah, like I mean, when you look at them, because it's like if you don't know how to explain like those different like stone structures and stuff like that. Or like, what stone structures are you talking about? Like pyramids, Stonehenge, like that
pyramids,
stuff.
like pyramids, monoliths.
There was one.
What are those shits called?
Easter Island.
Oh, the Easter Island heads.
That thing in Washington that's like pointing on the top obelisk.
Yeah,
obelisk.
Well, the Washington
There's
Monument.
a few obelisks like all around too, and mainly like pyramids, I guess, and like
Well, there's a channel that actually explains like how it's like easy to put together like the pyramids, where it's like, yeah, they're huge. Like it was very laborious. well, don't get me wrong, it was very laborious, but like,
it was a labor-intense process.
But it's not like,
HR was swamped.
Yeah, HR had to deal with them. No,
it was a nightmare.
no, but
the logistics.
It was an absolute HR nightmare.
I heard there was like a master architect. That shit.
Well, yeah. Think about the
it's
Babylonian
called fucking
Gardens.
aliens.
Yeah, aliens.
Yeah.
Well, no. Think about the
Gary
Babylonian
Busey.
Gardens, right?
You've heard of like the Freemasons, right?
Yeah. Or that. Why does that sound so familiar? I think I know.
Freemasons, yeah.
Freemasons.
Yeah.
That's basically like where they came from. Like they learned
Stonecutters.
how to mason stone and shit. Like that's where they come from.
Yeah, stonemason.
So
Yeah.
it's like a whole legacy or like a secret kind of club that they.
Yeah, so Freemasons like this whole secret club, secret society, which isn't super secret anymore because fucking everybody knows about their super secret society. So
yeah, like me being a part of Mensa, we're super secret and we only accept the intelligent.
And it's kind of like, well, I mean, it's kind of like they're kind of just fucking dorks that get together and just kind of talk about how smart they are,
Like they just push together their
secret
glasses
they are. And people talk about how like, yeah, people like use it like it's like a fraternity, you know what I mean? Where like you kind of can use it.
Alpha Sigma Phi, you know.
I mean, kind of. You just like use it. Oh well, my dad's a Freemason. His dad's a Freemason. Maybe I can work at that law firm that he owns or whatever. It's
My
shit
dad's
like
cooler
that.
than your dad.
Nepotism applies like within any of these fucking groups.
Well, no shit.
Yeah. Well, they have a lot of little places around the country, I guess, where they meet up and shit. I guess like little clubhouses, I guess,
Oh yeah, like secret meeting boardrooms. It's like the Continental and
exactly.
John Wick.
Yeah,
they got the
have-
Continental.
yeah.
And I think they have a 33 on their symbol. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I can't remember honestly.
And
but
supposedly that's like
Masonic
That's
symbol.
like saying you like space travel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like 33 means like you have to go 33,000 light years speed to like make it to orbit, basically make it to space. Like you have to be going that fast.
You have to go 33.
to like get to space.
I feel like there's something else more to like 33 because I'm like, I know you got to go fast, but we're not at the point where we're doing light year travel because like light year is basically like the distance that light travels, to reach somewhere, and so they use that as like a measurement for speed and like the space and stuff like that. So if I have to go like 2,000 light years, and it's basically
Hey Siri, what's escape velocity?
Yeah, there we go. Ding. Escape velocity means
That's what the
Okay, what is the escape velocity for Earth for a rocket? Hey Siri, what's the escape velocity for Earth for a rocket?
you should ask ChatGPT.
Over 440,000 kilometers.
Aha.
40?
Wait, hold on, bitch, give it back. Ah, she deleted it. Whatever. It was something.
like 4,000 kilometers an hour.
It's like, yeah.
Isn't that like 200 miles?
40,000
Isn't that like
kilometers.
2,000 miles per hour or some shit like that? I think you got to divide like kilometers and like 1.6 or some shit.
I can't remember, to be honest with you. But it doesn't matter that much because that's the 33. So,
Yeah, because Sam, I think the 33 means something else. I was like, I don't know if that relates to Freemasons and space travel.
hey Siri, what's the significance of the number 33 to Freemasons? It's not as big a deal as outsiders seem to think.
What the fuck?
There are 3 basic
Oh.
degrees. Okay, so it seems like there's just has something to do with their bullshit.
Of course. The Illuminati.
I don't know. It might be wrong. Who knows? It's just the first thing I read that Siri gave me. And she's a lying bitch.
That's an AI that you're trusting.
Is it? I don't think it's an AI. I think it's just
It
like
is an AI.
No, it's not.
Siri is definitely an AI. It's a chatbot.
But that's not it.
Siri's a chatbot.
Let's be real though. Like the term AI is like misused.
Dude, it's a
entirely.
fucking buzzword.
Oh, but look, I'm talking about.
Once that shit can
look.
tell me to go
I'm
fuck
talking
myself,
about
it's not
speed
an
of
AI.
light. Look, I'm talking about speed of light because we're going like far. Like that's how you would be able to get like to another.
Yeah, and
universe.
that's why they call it light years, because it's
Yeah.
like the speed of light is measured
Yeah.
in light years.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you wanted to go from one universe to another, like galaxy or another planet, you want light years to get there fast.
Well, dude, here's this
You
fun
know?
fact. Sam, here's a fun fact for you.
A
Do
fun
you know
fact.
how, if we took a plane to Pluto, do you know how much time it would take for us to get there? This was another fun fact I saw last week. If we took a ship, like a space shuttle from here, or an airplane, it's like an airplane, space shuttle, whatever, from here to Pluto, it would take us 9 years, or it was an airplane. It would take us 9 years, 5 months, and 25 days.
That's not right at all.
Or something. It was like a
That
space
is
shuttle or
not
airplane.
right.
It said from
Pluto?
I think it was a
Dude,
space
it
shuttle.
takes you like 9 months to get to Mars in like a fucking rocket that's traveling, really
you gotta
fast.
think about
that's
how-
the farthest one, right? Pluto's
Yeah,
like
Pluto's the farthest one. That's
yeah.
not. It's not considered a planet anymore.
Yeah.
But you still
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is going to take you
said
the
9 years,
Yeah.
5 months, and
What?
25 days.
Damn,
No way. That doesn't make
that's crazy.
It is really far out. You gotta think about it.
Yeah.
9. I'm saying it would take longer than 9 years.
Well, you know what? It's a daily random fact. I'm not gonna prove.
Well,
I'm not gonna deny
We're
it.
trying to like colonize Mars, right?
Well,
He-
Elon
Elon
Musk is
Musk.
trying
Yeah.
to. He's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
send out the first pioneers that'll
Like,
never
if
return.
If you're saying
I think
like
they
in
know
the
something we don't,
speed
dude.
that a plane goes to,
I think it was either
they know
plane-
something about Mars. Like that's why they're going. Like,
dude.
Dude, if that's a one-way trip and I get to go to Mars, but I get a baddie to go with me, I think I'm going.
yeah.
You know what? You've convinced me. I'll colonize
but I did
Mars
see-
for
I
you.
did
Until the
see a
life
video-
support systems go offline and then everyone suffocates and dies and all the redundancies
dude.
fail.
Well, but they could have been lying to us about Mars, dude.
Could already have colony.
What do you
on
mean
it.
lying?
No, I mean like they could actually be like oxygen, water. Like
Well, they did discover ice and water below the
there
surface
is
of Mars.
there is
see?
the theory
Or
that
under the
Mars
ground too, like inside the.
Yeah.
there's the theory that Mars was once an Earth-like planet.
Yep.
Oh,
that
there you
since got too fucking cold
Well,
and
Well, think about it like this, right? The
It's now
asteroid
barren.
belt that sits around like after Mars.
yes.
Do you think that could be a planet that was once habitable and that was destroyed by its own nuclear
Hey,
war?
You know what Mars means?
No.
God of War.
Yes.
I think the
for
asteroid
it's like Ares or whatever for like their
Yeah.
it's like
So
symbol.
There could have been a war over there.
the asteroid belt I think might be too big. Like the amount of rock fragments might be too big for like a single planet. But I think
it was a big enough planet because look at what happens. Look at the planet that comes next. Isn't like Saturn the next planet that comes
but
next?
those are not terrestrial rock planets like that you would form
I
like
did see a
you
video.
don't even really know
about
too
the
much
structures you were
about
talking about.
Jupiter or
You know the
Saturn.
pyramid, or supposedly like you saw. They
Gas
saw like
giants.
a blurry.
Oh yeah,
thing
on Mars.
Like I did see a video of like somebody showing stuff like that on Mars. I was like, damn. I don't know.
It's like
I don't
damn,
know.
that's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but like, look, the it could have been two planets' orbits got close to each other and collided.
That could be. It's enough rock fragments that proves a point, or it could have been a big enough planet that had habitable life that caused their own nuclear war.
There's also the theory about our moon because of the relative size of our moon compared to our Earth.
They're saying that it's a chunk of Earth that just got collected.
Yeah, it could have been a chunk of Earth, maybe, or like a large, thing that just came in close contact, or into orbit. You never know how this fucking shit works. Like ninth planet or whatever. 12th planet.
Crazy.
That's a fucking, what is that? 12th planet? Is that like dubstep artist? I think. Anyway, so we've been going for about an hour 15. So that's pretty good. That's usually solid length. Solid,
dude.
Solid length, solid girth.
Solid width, yeah. Well, no, that's girth. Yeah, solid size, bro.
Yeah, so it's pretty. Yeah, we went.
Remember, ladies, 8 inches.
No ladies watch this. There are no ladies. No bitches are showing up.
Ladies, don't listen to him. This is totally 8 inches.
So, with that said, do you all want to say anything before we sign off here? Anything else to add?
Yes, chat, you can go. I'm kidding. No, I don't really have anything to say.
You want people to follow you on the social media.
All right, guys. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anything that you like. I'm not giving you my what's the called, the @ or anything like that. You just look for me by facial feature and you'll find me.
Handle.
Yeah. You can follow me at my handle. Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not popular. I don't know. It's like if I have too many people start liking me, I don't know. Maybe I
Don't
should
put
say
the cart before the horse.
I was like, maybe if I start having haters, maybe that means I'm doing something right. So maybe I should give out my handle, but not yet. I'll wait till I do a little bit more episodes.
Wait till you got the haters really reeling.
Yeah, wait till
they're just like, give me this fucker's name.
When I
need his name. Give me a name. Give me a name.
Yeah, when I start seeing haters on your podcast, then I'm gonna be like, all right, maybe it's time for me to give out my handle.
Oh, we're cooking now.
Yeah, we're cooking with fire now.
We're cooking. All right. What about you, Sam?
I'm good.
You're good. Yeah. Sam's good.
He doesn't want to be famous.
Sam don't want to put himself out there either. All right, that's fine with me because I'm gonna plug all my shit now. So
that's hot.
Plugging it all. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at HistoricHole. It's mainly where I post. I'm also on TikTok. What I like fucking TikTok. You know what I mean? Honestly, I get some likes over there. Some people like
hey man,
they show my shit around on like Instagram. I don't even know what they do.
I was just checking it out. I got 800 plus views on that one video with me with what is it, the Jason Statham thing?
Oh, Jason Statham. Yeah. I didn't get to do too many. I just did a bunch of Trump impersonations this episode.
Nice.
With the deep state.
The deep state.
Yeah. You ready for the election?
Yes. No, not really.
Not really.
They're bringing crime.
They're bringing crime.
They're rapists. And some of them, I assume, are good people.
Oh yeah, they're good people. They're great people. Can't go wrong with the rapists.
That fucking line, dude. Jesus Christ.
He's a good man, a great man.
They're rapists. It's like, dude, chill. Trump.
They're good people.
Dial it back a little. Like it sounded like you know that Vince McMahon, like that fucking clip of him coming out, you rapist. Like it's just what it reminded me of. I was like, God damn, dude. He is literally
Trump
a fucking.
Says what he fucking says. He says what he wants to say. You know.
He's literally like a WWE personality. You know,
dude, he fucking is.
We need people like that, just like they're just like saying shit. You know,
just
especially up in like politics and shit. Like.
That's why we're like up here.
You like Trump?
Oh,
that's the only option right now.
It's the only good option right now.
Yeah,
I like a lot of people is when you ask people if they like Trump. A lot of times their reaction is just like, I don't really like him, but he kind of has some good points.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to get died by a bitch.
We were kind of good when he was president. Like,
He kind of has some good points. Yeah,
like, we weren't going through shit now. You know, the
dude,
shit we're going through now. Like,
we're like, hey, man, hey. That's our president now. Hey, guy.
Hey, guy.
Hey.
Just.
Hey. Let me smell your.
All right, but I'm good.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Let's go, Brandon.
Of course, you ended there. Yeah.